Hi friends, today we will discuss about the Lami's theorem. The Lami's theorem, when we have to use the Lami's theorem, if three forces are there, then you have to use the Lami's theorem. If more than three forces are there, you can go for the resolution. If two forces are given, you can use the resultant and direction formula. I told you in the previous session, if two forces are given, R is equal to under root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, and for finding the direction, tan theta is equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. If two forces are given, if more than three forces are given, then you can use this one. R is equal to under root of sum of horizontal forces plus sum of vertical forces. For tan theta, module of sum of vertical by sum of horizontal. If suppose two forces are given, that one. If more than three forces are given, this one. Suppose only three forces are given. If three forces are given, then only you can go for the Lami's theorem. What is Lami's theorem? Suppose this one is your force 1, this one is your force 2, and this one is your force 3. Let us assume this one as the P, this one assume as the Q, and this one assume as the R. Okay, now when we call one is the vector, if they are having magnitude and the direction. Can I measure this one? Yes, I can measure. Can I tell the direction of this one? This one is vector. Can I measure this one? Yes, I can measure this one. Can I tell the direction of this one? Yes, I can tell that. Can I measure this one? Yes, I can measure this one. Can I tell that? So all are the vectors. Okay, now all are the vectors. But if you see that properly this figure, you can observe one point. What is that point? All the three forces are acting at single point. All the three forces are initial point is same. For this force, the initial point is same. For this force, the initial point is same. This force initial point is same. For all the three forces, the initial point is same. For all the three forces, the initial point is same. If two forces acting, if three forces or four forces are there, this method is used for only for three forces. When you have to use the Lami's theorem, only there is a need of three forces. See, whatever the angle is there between this, it is called as the alpha, and the angle between this one is known as the beta, and the angle between this is known as the gamma. It's up to you. Different authors will follow different indication. You can select anyone. If three forces, now I will tell you the actual definition of this one. If three forces means P, Q, R. I am talking about P, Q, R. If three forces acting at a point, see, this force is acting at this point, this force is acting at this point, and this force is also acting at this point. If three forces acting at a point are in equilibrium. What is equilibrium? Without any external agent, without any external force, if that point is not moving, that one is called as the equilibrium. After acting these three forces, this point is in equilibrium. After acting these three forces, the point should be in equilibrium. Then each force, then each force will be proportional to the sine of the angle between other two forces. Each force will be proportional to the sine of the angle between two other forces. Let's take the example. See, if I consider the P, forget about P, how many forces are remaining? If I forget the P, how many forces are remaining? Q and R. What is the angle between that? Alpha is there. So with respective sign, you have to write that one. So P by sine alpha is equal to, if I consider the Q, what is the angle between these two forces? Beta. Forget about Q. How many forces are remaining? Two. This one and this one. What is the angle between these two? Sine beta. So what you have to write here? Sine beta. Then like this, R is equal to sine gamma. Like this you can define. Once again I will tell you the definition of Lami's theorem. In short, definitely this will come important based upon this topic only. Number of problems are there. So please concentrate. If three forces acting at a point, 1, 2, 3. These three forces acting at a point. After acting these three forces, the body is in equilibrium. The point is in equilibrium. This is the condition. After acting these three forces, the point should be in equilibrium. Then each force, then only each force will be proportional to the sine of the angle between other two forces. If I consider the P, what is the angle between these two? Alpha. So P by sine alpha. If I consider Q, Forget about this force. How many forces are remaining? 2. So what is the angle? Beta, Q by sine beta. If I consider R, forget about this one. How many forces are there? These 2. What is the angle here? Gamma. So sine gamma. P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. This is Lami's theorem. If 3 forces, once again I am telling the definition, why I am repeating this one, important definition is there. If 3 forces acting at a point are in equilibrium, then each force will be proportional to the sine of the angle between other 2 forces is known as Lami's theorem. And whenever you are, in short, whenever he is asking to write on the Lami's theorem, what you have to do, you have to write this sentence. After that you have to draw this diagram also, and you have to write like this format also. P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. R by sine gamma. Okay, we will see some problems based upon Lami's theorem. Simple problem. First we will go for the simple problem. Before that you have to remember one thing. This is quadrant system, you have to remember. This one is your y axis and this one is your x axis. Here whatever the angle between these two, it is how much it is? 90 degree. And here how much angle it will contain? 90 degree. This is called right angle triangle. This one is called right angle triangle. And here whatever the angle is there, that one is also called 90 degree. And here angle is called 90 degree. The sum of these two angle is equal to 180 degree. The sum of these three angle is equal to 270 degree. The sum of this 4 angle is equal to 360 degree. The sum of this 4 angle is equal to how much? 360 degree. You have to remember this quadrant system. In first quadrant the angle is 90 degree, right angle to each other. Here also the angle is equal to 90 degree, and here also the angle is equal to 90 degree, and here the angle is also 90 degree. So sum of 2 angle 180. Sum of 3 angle 270 and sum of 4 angle 360. You have to remember this. If you remember this easily, it will help to solve the problem. And at opposites angles are also equal. Suppose this side is angle is equal to 60 degree is there. So opposite side is also angle will be 60 degree. Suppose this side is angle, this side is given, this side is angle is equal to 30 degree. So this side also you have to consider how much angle is equal to 30 degree. So opposite angle is also always equal. This angle is equal to this angle is equal to this. You have to remember this one. Opposite angles is also equal. Suppose like this I given. This side is equal to 45 degree. So this one is also how much? 45 degree. You have to remember this one. Opposite angles are also equal. Suppose like this coordinate will be given. Suppose any angle is not given here. You have to identify. You know that very well. From here to here how much angle will be there? 90 degree. But in examination suppose it is not given or not printed properly. So by default you have to take this one is a 45 degree. How much you have to take here? 45 degree. Suppose it is not given. Suppose he is asking to find out that one only. No need to take the 45 degree. Whatever he is asking, that one only you have to find out. Suppose it is not given or sometime misprint will be there. Then you can go for the 45 degrees. Standard will be there. You can go for that one. In middle it is given here and here. Any angle is not given. So by default you have to take as the 45 degree. In 2017 paper or 2018 paper it is given like that. So you can assume 45 degree. After that what you have to do means, see here, after that what you have to do means some problems based upon the Lami's theorem. So I will create my own question. Find the tension in the given strings as shown in the figure. Find the tensions in the given string as shown in the figure. Like this problem will not come in examination, but you have to remember this one. If you know this basic problem, then easily you can solve the remaining problem. So like this question will be given. Here this one is the fixed end is there and this side is also a fixed end is there. This one is the 2 string. It is connected with the lamp. this one is the lamp is there, and here angle how much it is given, 60 degree, and here angle how much it is given, 45 degree. How much it is given? 45 degree, and the weight of this one is equal to 2 kilo Newton. The weight of this one is how much? 2 kilo Newton. Like this question will be given. What is given in that? Find the tension in the string as shown in the figure. Find the tension in the string as shown in the figure. Like this figure is given. He is asking to find out the tension in the string. String means rope. This one you consider as the rope 1 and this one you consider as the rope 2. It's up to your wish. This one you can consider as the 2 or this one you can consider as the 1. So what I am doing, this one I am considering as the T1. T means tension in the, and this one I am considering as the T2. It's up to you. You can take the R1 and R2 also. Depending upon your assumption, you can take that. So this one I consider as the T1 and this one I consider as the T2. And here some load is given. Load is equal to how much is given? 2 kilo Newton. So first try to find out the vector diagram. Try to find out the vector diagram. This diagram is given in your question. So try to find out the vector diagram. For vector diagram, what you have to do? You have to take this one is your which axis? Y axis. And this one is your which axis? X axis. This one is your y axis and that one is your x axis. What you have to do? First you have to place the weight. How much weight is there? Vertically downward. How much weight is coming? 2 kilo Newton. First you try to place that one. Sometime you will forget this one. So better to first try to place this one. How much it is given? 2 kilo Newton. Let it be like this only. 2 kilo Newton. Weight is how much? 2 kilo Newton. This one is your weight vertically downward. Normally weight will be act vertically downward only. So how much it is? 2 kilo Newton. Then where is T1? T1 is lying in which quadrant? I told you quadrant system. See, this one is your first quadrant, this one is your second quadrant, this one is your third quadrant and this one is your fourth quadrant. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. Here condition forward, upward, backward, downward. Forward, upward, backward, downward. Forward, upward, backward, downward. So here T1 is lying in which quadrant? As you can see the direction I mentioned here. T1 is lying in which quadrant? Second quadrant. So T1 is lying in which quadrant? T1 is lying in which quadrant? Second quadrant. And T2 is lying in which quadrant? First quadrant. And T2 is lying in which quadrant? First quadrant. Or this one you can take as the T1 or this one you can take as the T2. It's up to your wish. You can take anything. This one T1, that one T2 or that one T2, this one T1. So this one I am assuming as T1 and this one I am assuming as T2. So T1 is lying in which coordinate? First quadrant. And T2 is lying in which coordinate? Second coordinate. And weight is acting vertically downward. Weight is acting vertically downward. Now next step what you have to do, you have to calculate the how many forces are there, because depending upon your number of forces only you have to resolve that one. If 2 forces are there you can use different method. If 3 forces are there you can use different method. If more than 3 forces are there, different method. This Lam's theorem, when it is applicable? When it is applicable only if 2 forces are there, then only the Lam's theorem is applicable. So if 3 forces are there, then only the Lam's theorem is applicable. So let me count how many forces are there. Here force 1 is there, force 2 is there and force 3 is there. Force 1, force 2 and force 3. So here 3 forces are there. So I can apply the Lam's theorem. If 2 forces are there, I can go for resolution. R is equal to under root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta, and tan theta is equal to q sin alpha by p plus q cos theta. But here 3 forces are there. So you have to remember that whenever the 3 forces are there, you can have to go for the Lam's theorem. Lam's theorem, how many forces are there here? 1, 2, 3. In Lam's theorem, another thing you have to know, alpha, beta, gamma. As per the formula of Lam's theorem, what is the formula? P by sin alpha is equal to Q by sin beta is equal to R by sin gamma. What is the formula? P by sin alpha is equal to Q by sin beta is equal to R by sin gamma. This is the formula for Lam's theorem. This is the formula for Lam's theorem. So what you have to do, T is given, T2 is given. First try to find out the angles. What is the angle between these 2 forces? What is the angle between these 2 forces? What is the angle between these 2 forces? And what is the angle between these two forces. If you know all the three angles between that forces, then only you can applicable for Lami's theorem. Then only you can apply for the Lami's theorem. So how to find out that in your diagram? See, this one you have to assume as which axis? X axis. And this one you have to assume as which axis? Y axis. This one you have to treat as which axis? X axis. And this one you have to treat as which axis? Y axis. What you have to do here? I told you opposite angles are always equal. So here angle somewhere is given. How much? Horizontal. See, this one is the horizontal line and this one is the vertical line. So this inclination is angle with respect to horizontal. Here how much it is given? 60 degrees. So this side also you have to take as how much? 60 degree. This side is also, because opposite angles are equal. Here the angle with respect to horizontal. So here also you have to take with respect to horizontal. So you know this, how much angle is here? 60 degree. How much angle you got here? 60 degree. So here how much you have to take angle? 60 degree. See here, I told you opposite angles are equal. Based upon that opposite angle only you have to take. Here the angle is how much is? 60 degree is there, and here also you have to take how much? 60 degree. Now next thing, here see this angle is equal to this angle, but unfortunately here angle is not given. Suppose here angle is given 30, so I can take here also 30. Suppose here angle given 40, I can take as the 40, but here angle is not given. So first try to find out this angle. If you will find this angle, automatically you will get this angle. Both are same. These both are same. So I will try to find out this. I will take this part here. If I take like this, how much angle this side is there? How much? 45 degree is there. Total from here to here, how much will be there? Total from here to here. In any quadrant, I told you, in any quadrant, how much angle will be there from here to here? How much angle will be there? 90 degree will be there. Automatically, he took how much? 45 degrees. So obviously, the remaining one will be also 45 degree. The sum of these two should be 90. So here you will get the angle how much? 45 degree. As I told you, this angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. So here the angle is also equal to how much? 45 degree. This angle 45. Don't write water. Suppose here 30. Don't write here 30, because what you have to do means, suppose if I take the example in next problem, I will solve this one. If I 30, so don't write here 30. Unfortunately, in this problem we are getting equal, but every time it is not possible we will get the equal. Suppose here 30 is there, don't write here 30. Why? Because the sum of these two should be 90. So if you add 30, how much it will become? 60. So what you have to do, what you have to write here? 60 you have to write. If you write 60 and 30 here, 60 plus 30, how much it will be? 90 degree. How much it will be? 90 degree. But unfortunately in this case here 45 is there. So remaining 90 minus 45 will be, the subtraction will be same here, 45 I am getting. So this 45 is equal to this 45. So this 45 you have to project this side. This 45 degree you have to project this side. Now Lami's theorem main condition will be there. What is the main condition means? Between the forces you must know the angle. Here you know with respect to horizontal, but between the forces how much angle is there? How to find out this means? See here, from here to here how much angle is there? 90 degree. In one quadrant how much angle will be there? 90 degree. He absorbed how much? Already he occupy how much? 60 degree. 90 minus 60 how much will be? 30 degrees. So obviously, so this one you can write from here to here how much it is? 30. If you add 60 plus 90, how much from here to here? 60 plus 30, how much it will be? 90. Then if you concentrate on this part, from here to here, how much it is? 90. How much he occupy? 45. So remaining will be 45. This is 45 degree. This is how much? 45 degree. This is 45 degree. This is 30 degree. Now this is one force. This is one force. I can easily can say that between these two forces I know the angle. How much angle is there? Here 45, here 30. 45 plus 30, how much it will be? 45 plus 30, 60, 70, 75. So between these two forces, you know very well, the angle is equal to how much? 75 degree. Between the T1 and T2, the angle is equal to how much? 75 degree. Now next thing, here one force is there, that force name is T1, and here one force is there, that is 2 kilonewton. between these two forces also you have to find out how much angle is there. For that what you have to do, you know very well, between these two how much angle is there, between these two axis and this force, 90 degree. That is the standard, no need to explain that one, that is the standard. I already explained you quadrant system. In quadrant system 90 90 90 90, from here to here you know 90, but here remaining one is equals to how much, 60. 90 plus 60, how much it is, 150. From here to here how much it is, 150. So this one you can write, between these two forces, 2 kilonewton and T1, how much angle is there, 150. How much angle is there, 150. Now next step, from here to here you know angle, how much is angle here, 90 degree. 90 plus 45, 90 plus 45, how much it will be, 135. From here to here how much angle is there, 135. Now I can show that between all that three forces I know the angle. Between these two forces I know the angle 150, between these two forces I know the angle 75, and between these two forces I know the angle 135. So I can say that all the three forces I know the angle. After finding the angle between these two forces, the angle between these two forces how much, 35 degree. The angle between these two forces how much, 150 degree. The angle between these two forces is equal to how much, 75 degree. Next step, you have to apply the Lami's theorem. I already told you the definition of Lami's theorem. If three forces acting at a point, this is force 1, this one is force 2, and this one is force 3. These three forces acting at a point are in equilibrium. If three forces acting at a point are in equilibrium, then each force will be proportional to the sine of the angle between other two forces. First I will write on this one, P by, what is this, sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. What is the formula? P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. This is the Lami's theorem definition. When you have to use this one, if three forces are there, then only you can apply this one. P by sine alpha is equal to Q by sine beta is equal to R by sine gamma. So what you have to do, how many forces are there here? T1 and T2 and T3. T1, T2 and T3. Select any force. It's the good thing about Lami's theorem is that you can select the any force. It is not necessary according to the clockwise or anti-clockwise you have to take. You can select any one. If you want to select this one as the first, you can. If you want to select this one as the second one, you can. If you want to select this one as the third one, you can. It's up to you. You can select any one. So what I am doing, I am selecting T1 as my first force. T1 I am selecting as my first force. So T1 if I selected, T1 I selected. If I selected the T1, forget about the T1, how many remaining other forces are there? Here the 2 kilonewton and T2. These two forces are there. What is the angle between the two forces? See, totally how many forces are there? 3. First one is the T1, second one is the T2, and the third one is the 2 kilonewton. If I selected T1, what is the force? What is the remaining forces? T2 and 2 kilonewton. Between these two forces, how many angle is there? 135. So what you have to write? Sine 135 degree. T1 is equal to sine 135 degree. If I selected T2, I'll write here T2. If I selected T2, totally how many forces I have? T1, T2 and W. W means load. How much it is? 2 kilonewton. If I selected T2, how many forces are remaining? 2 forces. That is T1 and W. What is the angle between these two? How much it is? 150 degree. So here with respective side you have to write sine 150 degree. If I selected W means 2 kilonewton. Totally how many forces are there? 3. Now I selected W. How many forces are remaining? 2. That is T1 and T2. Between these two, how much angle is there? 75 degree. So TW is W by sine 75 degree. Whichever force you are selecting, that one force you have to neglect, and remaining force whatever the remaining two forces are there, what is the angle between that two forces, that you have to take with respective sign, that you have to write with respective sign. First I selected the T1, I neglect the T1 between these two forces, with I wrote with respect to the sign. If I selected T2 between these two forces, what is the angle I have to write. If I selected W, I will neglect the W, whatever the forces in between these two I selected. Okay na? Like this also. After that what you have to do, T1 you don't know, that one only you have to find out. T1 I name as a tension 1, so sine 135 degree. Then T2 also you don't know, like that only you have to write 150 degree. You know W value is equal to how much? 2 is given, let it be like 2 only. Answer you can write in kilonewton, that is 75 degree. How much it is? 75 degree. Here two unknowns are there, one known are there. Okay na? Quadratic equation like that is there, two unknowns are there, one. So what you have to do? Known, unknown, known, unknown. Okay na? First, last, second, last. You have to select first, last, second, last, and simple calculation also you have to do. So first, last, and second, last. Now the diagram part is over, only simplification part is there. For that what you have to do? First you have to select the first one and last one. What is the first one? T1 by sine 135 is equal to 2 by sine 75. T1 by sine 135 is equal to 2 by sine 75. Then go for cross multiplication. Here 4 terms are there. Totally how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 are known, 1 are unknown. So what you have to do? You have to go for cross multiplication. T1 sine 75 is equal to 2 sine 135. That is T1 2 sine 135 by sine 75. T1 is equal to, with the help of calci try to solve this one. Okay na? Here fraction button is there, in third row fraction button is there. Better to open the third row, better to open the see in third row you have to press this one. After that what you have to do? You have to substitute this value. Value will be 2 into sine 135. Try to close the bracket. After that sine 75. Try to close the bracket. Like this you have to use. See here, 2 into sine 135 by sine 75. Then you press this button, last button. You will get some answer. The answer should be 1. Suppose you will get answer in fraction or some decimals or in irregular form, in roots or like that you will get. See, previously I got answer somewhat like this, -2 plus 2 root 3. Now you want in exact in decimals. So what you have to do? Here SD button is there. If you press that you will get like this proper answer. What is that? 1.46. What is that? 1.46. How much answer is there? 1.46. So here I got the value of 1.46. Next step you have to decide what is the unit you have to give. See, the load unit should be in kilonewton. If you see the question, the load unit is given in kilonewton. So this one also you have to give in kilonewton. This one also you have to give in kilonewton. You got the value of T1. Now next step you have to find out the value of T2. Here second and last, first and last, and second and last. For second and last you have to take this one, T2 by sine 150 is equal to 2 by sine 75. What is given here? T2 by sine 150 is equal to 2 by sine 75. Here also you have to go for cross multiplication. T2 sine 75 is equal to 2 sine 150. T2 is equal to 2 sine 150 by sine 75. That is T2 is equal to. Now you have to solve this one. How to solve this one? I told you same thing. you have to use third row fraction button. 2 into how much the value? Sine 150. Sine 150, close the bracket. After that sine 75. Sine 75. See, like this you have to use 2 into sine 150 by sine 75. Then press this one, some irregular answer you got, root 6 minus root 2, root 6 minus root 2. So what you have to do? You have to press SD. In your calci only SD button is there. If you press SD, automatically you will get answer. How much? 1.03. How much answer will be there? 1.03. So T2 is equal to 1.03. How much answer will be there? The unit should be kilonewton. In your question he is asking to find out the tensions in the spring. So how much tension it will carry? 1.46 kilonewton. For other force how much tension is there? 1.03 kilonewton. Like this you have to find out. I told you Lami's theorem is applicable whenever three forces are given. You have to use the Lami's theorem. With the help of that Lami's theorem only you can find out the tension in the spring and how much reaction will be there. You call as a tension, reaction, okay na, like that. Normal reaction is there, many things are there, I will explain you that one.